playing this character, you know, is essentially tapping into my younger self and keeping myself pure, you know, because of what he stands for. I'm doing it for the kids. I'm doing it for the families and people that just love the Spider-Man story.
So here comes the Spider-Man. It's Nadji G, so let's go. Oh, hang on. What? Wait, well, there he is. Here we go.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is my guy Ben here. How y'all doing? This is my guy Ben. You know, I just came. Yeah, I need Miles needs Pete sometimes. You know what I mean? So I found a Pete out there. I was like, you know what? Come on stage with me, man. Give it up for Ben, y'all too. Thank you, brother.
Awesome stuff.
That was a part of the intro, of course, man. I see you out there. That was a part of the intro, so you know we.
Can everybody say bye to Peter? Bye, Peter. Bye, God. Awesome stuff.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. How you guys doing? You guys look amazing. Yeah.
So we're going to get into it, but first, I do this every time.
Let's do it.
I want to make sure everybody's in the right mindset for this sort of conversation, especially yourself, Nadji.
Okay.
So we're going to do a few quick-fire questions. All right, but first, can we just all take a deep breath in? Clear our minds, breathe out. Deep breath in. And breathe out. Right, is your mind clear?
Man, I needed that.
Are you feeling zen?
I am there. Can we turn the mics up a little bit?
Yeah.
A little bit?
Can we turn the mics up just a little bit?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
There we go.
Right, awesome. So, I want to hear the first thing that comes to your mind, all right?
Okay.
So, question one. What's Miles doing on his day off?
Miles is eating pasta.
Okay. A$AP Rocky, Kendrick Lamar, Childish Gambino, they all have a show on the same night at the same time. Which one is Miles going to?
Kendrick.
Ooh. What's Miles choosing for a snack? Hot dogs, pizza, tacos?
Tacos.
All the way. And if Miles wasn't a superhero, what job is he doing?
Oh, man. He, graffiti artist.
Okay, nice. And final one, which villain would you, Nadji, want to go for a drink with?
Which villain would I go for? Wow, that's wow. Well, I don't drink.
We're gonna go for juice.
Yeah. Let's say. Oh man. I always think for like they're not anti-heroes, but like guys like the Punisher or like Blade or, you know, those, they're not villains, you know, but they're technically, you know, aren't in that hero aspect, but you know, those guys I would want to go out and, you know, have a drink with, man. Punisher for sure.
Yeah. Those Midnight Sun fellas, man, they're good.
Yeah.
That's good. So I think we're a little bit warmed up now. But first
How
of
you
all,
guys doing? Yeah, you guys good? You guys look great. Yeah, it's my second time in London. Second time, so bear with me. I've been loving it, though. Y'all weather has been amazing because everyone always talks about London weather. They're like, oh, bring a rain jacket. Oh, bring a rain jacket. I'm like, I don't care, man. I love it. And the sun has been beaming today, so it's been a beautiful weekend, man. I'm loving it.
Well, we're going to get to the first time you was in London in just a sec. But first, I want to ask you this, and I have to ask you this.
Yes.
What is it like to put on that mask and become Miles Morales?
It's an honor. It's an honor. Man, it's something that you know, I kind of sit with and kind of just analyze that, like, you know, the growth process that I had to endure, you know, with Miles was a crazy one. You know, I started off Miles on a Disney TV show first on Disney XD in like 2017, and that was called Ultimate Spider-Man, and that was it lasted 3 years, and I was like 20 years old playing Miles as a 13-year-old. So I had to keep my voice in a very, very, very high range. And, you know, it was challenging at times because I'm still going through, you know, puberty. I'm still going through adulthood, you know what I mean? I'm growing a little hairs on my chest. So, you know, my voice is getting a little, you know, deeper. So that higher register, I had to keep it up there. So it was a challenging, you know, aspect to keep that up every time. And then also, you know, when we got to the video game and we started making the games for Spider-Man, that was also a growth process too, learning his mechanics and learning everything. So, putting all that together, the hard work and all the labor that we've had to endure, and then seeing the outcome and seeing how much people loved it, it's something special. But then we hear these stories, at Comic-Con about what the games have brought people through, how it brings them closer to their friends or their families. And man, that's where the impact really lies in that. And that's where I kind of sit in with myself, because I was raised by a single mom, only child, in the household. So I had nothing but games and cartoons to watch and keep me entertained, and to keep me out of trouble as well too. So, that was the number one thing, and looking back on it now, playing this character, is essentially tapping into my younger self and keeping myself pure, because of what he stands for. I'm doing it for the kids. I'm doing it for the families and people that just love the Spider-Man story, So that's what I'm here for. So this mask is so impactful. Have you seen The Mask with Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Yes. It's like when you put this on, I'm a whole other person.
Yeah.
You take it off, I'm back. You know what I mean? So, it's just the impact of what it means to wear this suit and the story behind it and what it means to anyone can wear the mask, and just the impact that it brings to families.
One of the main things I love about Miles, and quite a lot of you probably will resonate with this as well and understand the fact you sat with him for, let's say, 10 years.
Yeah.
You've grown, like you said, and you've changed. But Miles is one of those roles where he's a smart kid, he's a techie kid, he's a good kid.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And he exists in a world where, kids like him, black kids, they don't really exist. Although, so a lot of people, they don't seem to exist. What was it like being able to sort of step into a role like that, where you're able to act in a way which not a lot of young black actors get to flourish in?
Yeah, it was definitely a fun one. I definitely I was raised in Atlanta, Georgia. Typically in the South, in southern states, we have a lot of division that goes on, and a lot of just a mix of cultures. So coming from Atlanta, Georgia, and then being in LA, and then also having family in New York. I've been very, very just all over all over. My family is Jamaican essentially too. So I've been around a lot of cultures, you know what I mean, just growing up. So I've been around a lot of just different, aspects of life and seeing how people move and people's perspectives of life. So, stepping into this character, Miles represents, half Puerto Rican as well too, so bringing that, culture in, I had to learn some Spanish and learn some new things so Miles taught me some things, you know what I mean? Playing this character actually taught me some things as well too, and that's what I really, really loved about just being a part of his story in this aspect. But I want to say back to your question, man. It's definitely one of those. That's what it kind of goes back to the impact, because you can show a kid a different way of life. That outside of the stereotypes, outside of what people want to see you as. A hero stands for something. A hero stands for being a creative individual, standing up for somebody, standing up for your own word, you know what I mean? Being your own person, and also helping other people out too. So that's what a hero is about. So Miles goes through all the trials and tribulations just to show people hey, I may look like this, I may be this age, but at the same time, I'm helping at the same time. And that's what it's all about, love and help at the end of the day.
And I love that, because he's a symbol of representation, he's a symbol of hope, and obviously we can't forget the words power and responsibility, can we?
Right, exactly.
Do you ever find yourself just lying in bed or in the shower, walking or eating, just being man, I'm a part of this legacy? And if it does, how does that feel? Because that is huge. Do you know what I mean? That's a huge weight.
I try not to. I try not. I'm like, man, I could get fired tomorrow, man. I don't know, man. No, but I try, because I don't let it get in my head too much, because I know Miles is still for the kids. You know what I mean? So when you get into that headspace of I'm walking around, I'm this legend, it takes away from what the kids want to see. You know what I mean? They come here for fun. They come here to Spider-Man. They equivalent that with fun and just having happiness. So that's what I want to keep. I want to keep that. Hey, Mouse. Hey, Mouse.
Yeah, awesome.
My man.
He's loving it. Man, you made his day.
Nice to see you, man. I like that mask, man. It's a great mask you got on. But yeah, so it's like, it's just fun, man. Like happiness, fun, and we come here to just to get away from the stress, and we came to get away from the everyday life, and Monday it's back to reality, back to school, back to work. So I want to just keep the fun aspect and the happiness aspect of what Spider-Man represents,
And I definitely feel that because I've seen a few clips online. It's further back to behind-the-scenes moments of you guys recording and filming and making these games. Fam, it looks like so much fun. Like, because you're not just the voice of Miles, you are the body of Miles. Like, you are there in the mocap, you got the cameras all around you. And I was watching one interview, and you were saying, like, some of the guys in the sound booth that were filming were, like, laughing and thought it was funny because you're fully getting into the motion, you're doing all the sound effects and stuff. So what's it like doing the mocap? Because you're an animated guy, you've got that energy. Is that the world that you live in, that physicality of acting? And,
yes.
Fully embodying Spider-Man? Like,
yes, it's funny because, yes, when he was saying I literally do that on set. Like, I don't know if y'all know what a method actor is. Yeah, okay. So, I'm kind of a method actor, when it comes, and it's kind of funny when you say that, playing Spider-Man, you know what I mean? Because how can you, method acting is really getting into that role. So I tell the guys on set, we essentially have, when we do mocap, we have a camera attached to our face. So we have suits, we have like super tight suits with dots on it, and we have a camera attached around our face, and it's intense. But I tell the guys, like, hey, if Miles is getting beat up, thrown against a wall, and he's hurt, or I want to feel that, I want to be a part of that. So they'll look at me like, okay, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? So I'm like, all right, take the camera off. So sometimes they let me take the camera off. They'll put a pad against the wall, and they'll let me get thrown against the wall. They'll let me thrown against the wall, though. I'll do my own stunts. You know what I mean? The only thing you don't see me doing is swinging and the flips because I got the camera attached around our face. But if I didn't have that camera, but it's fun, man. Like I tell them, like I want to get fully into it, and they let me. Like they let me. Insomniac, one of the best people to work, to work with, Brian Intar and Bobby. Those are two creative directors, and they let me go. When I say blood, sweat, and tears, like literally blood, sweat, and tears we put into this game. Literally. I've had scrapes on my knee, like sliding against the floor, like swear to God. And, I just things like that, man, where we've just gone full blown and just had nothing but fun.
Well, I think we all appreciate it because we've had a lot of fun with those games. Am I right? You can feel that.
You can feel that? Okay, good.
And, that's one thing that makes those games. We are Spider-Man. Do you know what I mean? We are in there. We're swinging around. We're beating up goons. We're stopping people from being robbed. We're living the lives of these comics. Like you said, we're escaping from the Mondays, the Fridays, all the bad times and stuff. But one of the things I want to talk to you about, because my personal one was the Miles Morales game. I love that game.
Thank you, sir.
So, and I'm sorry to do this to everyone, but I want you to go back to 2020. I know. I really am. I really do feel bad about taking you back there. But remember that year. Awful. COVID, lockdown, terrible times. However, there was that beacon of hope. Mate, Miles got released. Do you know what I mean? And I remember just seeing it and just being like, this is exactly what we need now. We're locked in. More and more people are getting into gaming. We need something. We need someone that's going to help us, find the light during this dark time. Did you ever think of the release of that game during then, having that effect during that time?
Man, I was so mad, bro. Because I wanted to go on Breakfast Club. I wanted to do so many interviews that I couldn't. You know what I mean? That I couldn't. Hey, y'all. That I couldn't, So it was crazy because there were so many things that like I was asking, hey, can I do this interview? Can I do this podcast? And they were like, no, because, everything was on lockdown. We were, the whole world was on lockdown. LA was on curfew, There were so many things that I wanted to do. All the cons were shut down. I didn't know about Comic Cons until maybe, this is my 3rd year doing it. So maybe 5 years, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. And that's early, you know what I mean? Because they've been around for years. So, and Yuri told me about it. Thank God for Yuri. I love you, big bro. Yuri told me, he was coming from different shows, and I'm like, how do you do these shows? I want to go with you. And he was like, I got you. I'll just put you with my boys. And I was like, all right, let's do it. So, after that, it was just takeoff. And so if it wasn't for Yuri, I would not be doing Comic-Con. So thank God for Yuri. But yeah, I got that redemption back because I lost so much. I wanted to meet so many guys. I was getting tweets, from when the game came out. What did make me happy is to see who was all playing the game. I went online and I was seeing so many, LeBron James' sons were playing the game. Nipsey Hussle kids were playing the game. It was just a lot of, people that were, heavy into the, industry world that I'm a fan of, that, they were playing my game. And I just couldn't meet anybody. So, I was like, But, I was happy to see that it was being enjoyed by the world,
At the right time as well.
Yeah.
Hope, heroism, and obviously you've gone from the first Spider-Man game to being the main guy in the game, seeing you on it, Miles Morales, Spider-Man. What was that like? Was it a bit of a shift having to go from, not being the sidekick or being, a secondary character to being the main character? How was that? What was that like?
I remember that conversation. Our creative director, Brian Intar, we were at our launch for Spider-Man 1. And we had just premiered Spider-Man 1 game, and the word was going crazy. Everything was looking great. And then at the premiere, he came to me. He was like, "Are you ready for your own game?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, of course. No pressure at all. Yeah, for sure." But it was fun, man. We got to do a Spider-Man boot camp. I went through a Spider-Man boot camp. I had to learn all the poses. I had to get in the gym. You know what I mean? I had to do some push-ups. I had to get my body right. You know what I mean? So I definitely took heed, and I really went into full mode doing that character.
I love that game because the Harlem that we see, the soundtrack, the feel of it, the energy, even the things like the little games. Do you remember collecting all the samples?
Yeah.
And trying to figure out where the sound comes from? As frustrating as it was sometimes, it was still one of the most fun parts, especially if you are a huge music fan. Did it feel like you were stepping into a different New York because a lot of the stuff was like cultured and centered around Miles from the first game?
Yes. And that was one thing about the Spanish too. Since Miles is half Puerto Rican, they have New Rican out there. New York mixed with Puerto Rican, dialect. So it was a different twang, and we definitely had to our voice coach had to do some research on the technicalities of, the dialect of New Rican. So that was also, not a challenge, but that was also an aspect of Miles that, opened up my eyes to, it's different. Spanish is Spanish, but then you have different, categories, you know what I mean? So that was one thing I opened up to as well, too. So it taught me so much, man. You know what I mean? It taught me so much being in that role, man.
It kind of feels like that game, and obviously we've had, he's been featured in a few of the MCU properties, and obviously if you're not a comic book reader, you might not know who Miles is, but that game, I feel like for the wider world and people outside the community were like, when you mention, oh, have you played that Spider-Man game? Or have you seen Spider-Man? Do you like Spider-Man? It went from being, oh yeah, Peter Parker or Ben Reilly. People were like, who? Which one? Because it put Miles on that level with Peter where he was a Spider-Man, not the other Spider-Man or the black Spider-Man. Did you feel that shift? I kind of felt that shift with my friends outside the comic book spaces. Do you know what I mean?
Way. Spider-Man! He's like, all right, bye. He did the point and was like, all right, bye.
And these guys, you're making so many people's day. Like, giving them shout outs.
He just, all right, man.
So what do you think?
But yeah, man. I mean, cause I grew up on the Tobey Maguire story. You know, I grew up on the day one Tobey Maguire story. So you know, Peter's story is a universal story, and is one that I kind of related to. You know, he kind of loses both of his parents. You know, and has to essentially live with his aunt and uncle. And you know, I was raised by a single mom, so, I did have my mom in my life, but, I didn't have my dad, so I kind of, had that void in my life that kind of needed to be filled. And, when you watch Peter Parker's story, that's what he's going through, trials and tribulations in family, and then when he goes to school, he's getting bullied. So it's so many things that, I kind of equated to my life with that story growing up. So that's why I was a fan. But now looking back, too, yeah, man, like, Miles, he loses his dad, so just having that parallel of playing that, was an easy shoe-in, for me. So, just having that pain and having that heartbreak was easy to tap into. And then also just, having his characteristics of a mom that's essentially, not an immigrant, but, wasn't born in America, so, having both of those parallels, in his character writing and that description definitely helped me out a lot, just stepping into his shoes and being able to grow and show the story of his, trajectory.
Well, Miles, he's gone through a lot in such a short space of time, hasn't he? I mean, like you said, he's changing body. He's become a superhero. He loses his dad, his relationship with his uncle, who I always used to see as like that guiding figure. He's one of his best friends. He loses him in two. You go into the second game, and has everybody played the second game here?
Yeah, okay, so no spoilers. Okay, so we're good.
Yeah, we're good. I don't want to ruin anything for anyone. I am so sorry if I do. But, so obviously with Peter getting, I guess, taken over by the symbiote, and like Miles having to step into that leadership role, what was it like thinking, okay, like I've now got to show my mentor or rescue my mentor, and like I've got to be the boss here.
Yeah.
What was it like stepping up for that after all that change and all that heartache?
No pressure. No pressure at all. No pressure.
No, it was that time. It was that time. You know how you started off with the, all right, everybody, let's breathe in and breathe out. It was definitely that moment. I had to go in that corner, sit down, and just breathe in and breathe out, and then and just really just tap into what he really represents, that time to shine, his manhood, what I mean, sticking his chest out for the first time. So that was Miles's moment to really, show that. And it was so much built up from, the first game, from, the Spider-Man boot camp that we had to go through, the hours of labor of, mocap and VO that, it all built up to that moment that I was able to just tap into it and be like, okay, let's do this. And then Yuri did his thing, bro, because him showing that change of just two different sides. And Yuri's such a nice guy. If y'all know Yuri, he's the nicest guy. You couldn't even think he would swat a fly. That's my big bro. Like, he's the nicest guy. So seeing him doing that transition, it was amazing. You know what I mean? I saw a different side of him. So that helped me. Like, okay, cool. He's showing this different side. Let's step up to the plate. You know what I mean?
I was going to say, because in the game, you both level up and you both level up together, and it sounds like you were doing that behind the scenes as well.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah, for sure. But then when Yuri had his time to get in the symbiote mode, I let him be. You know what I mean? I let him be. I didn't want that symbiote on me, so I was like, I'm gonna let him do his thing. But no, yeah, so he's the best counter partner, the best person just to feed off of. We got the best chemistry, bro. Like, seriously, like, Yuri's one of those guys, man.
Because when you look at the success of the first Spider-Man game, when you look at the success of Miles Morales, stepping into Spider-Man 2, was it more like a bit of trepidation? Was it excitement? Or how do you even compartmentalize how you feel beginning on a project like that?
Now, you know what? Oh, let me not say that because I almost gave something away. It's like always like, okay, let's do this. Because it's always like, this next, I'm going to try. Can't say that. But I'm going to think about that because that's a great question too, man. It's always like, for me, it's always like, okay, let's do this. But there is like a mental shift I start to cut off hanging out more. I start to change up my diet, just eating healthy, just smoothies in the morning, push-ups at night, just the typical, things that just keep you healthy and keep you on your feet and keep you energized. Because, stepping into the booth when you got to go mocap, it's long hours, and then, it's physical. It's all physical. It's all physical. When you do the mocap, it's all physical. So let's make them scream. But so it's all physical. So I'm getting into that mode of like being that athlete, type of person again. So yeah.
Preparation. We sort of started talking about your first time in London.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if you know when Nadji's first time in London was. He was only in for a little awards ceremony. It's called the BAFTAs. We all heard of BAFTAs? Yeah. And didn't you win some of the BAFTAs?
Yeah.
Go away with some of the BAFTAs?
I think I grabbed one of those. Yeah, I think I grabbed one of them to go. I think I took one to go. Yeah.
How was that? And did you expect it?
No, I did not. Typically at award shows, they might tell you like, hey, have something ready to say, but I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all. So, going against my big bro, Neil Newborn. You all know Neil Newborn from Boulder's Gate. And then also Yuri, too. I was like, okay, cool. Let's just be here just to look good. You know what I mean? Let's just be here, and supporting my guys. So, and then, like I said, it was my first time in London, too. Like, my first time out here. It was two places growing up as a kid that I always wanted to go to, and that was London and Japan. So I still haven't done Japan yet, but London is crossed off the bucket list now. So London, so that was one big thing for me. So the BAFTA, so yeah, I got my suit ready. I did not have a speech ready at all because I wasn't thinking. I'm like, hey, this is, it's probably going to be yours, so I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be, ready to go. So when they did call my name, that look on my face was like, oh, my goodness. Yeah, and, that BAFTA is heavy. I was going to bring it, but that BAFTA is heavy, y'all. Like, that, it's literally like at least 20 pounds, at least. But yeah, no, I was very honored and grateful, and thank God, man, that happened because, yeah, man, I heard I can apply for citizenship now, after getting the BAFTA, so I might be a part of y'all. I might come out here and move out here. Seriously.
Well, guys, can you put your hands together for the 2025 leading male BAFTA winner, please?
Thank y'all. I
mean, that's massive for voice act, for actors in gaming, isn't it? The fact that, they are acknowledging the skill, because there are still some people which see video games as like, what are you playing those things for? And like, to most of the people who have said that to me have been big fans of the movie. So I'm like, do you know when you go to a cinema and you spend 2 to 3 hours and you're watching these pictures, these stories play out, and you're getting this emotional reaction to everything you're seeing online? That's kind of like what we do, but
you can play it.
But we get to play it. We get to make the decisions, and we have that connection. It's us. I'm Spider-Man. I'm swinging through New York. Do you know what I mean?
And that's exactly how I feel. Like, that's exactly how I feel. I did a post one time, like, hey, y'all saw the movie. Now you get to play it. And it's like, it's and that's kind of how I feel about, any movie that turns into a game, or any game that turns into a movie. I always watch both of them. I love it, especially if I'm a fan. I'm definitely like the Lilo and Stitch. I heard is now out in theaters, and I heard it's really good. Yeah. So that's something I grew up on as a kid too. So I can't wait to go see that. So, things like that, and then Matrix was a video game I played as a kid. That was a really cool video game. And, of course, that movie, did numbers. So just things like that. So it's like, yeah, you could go play the movie that you're a fan of, and that's what I kind of essentially love, you know what I mean, when these, type of ordeals happen,
So just touching on that, because we're going to come back to Miles, but I just want to move to another property that you've worked on, and I'm pretty sure quite a lot of people love here. I'm talking about The Last of Us.
Oh, man.
Now, so you played Sam a decade ago. That scene, when I talk to people about The Last of Us, oh, yeah, I play the game, I'm watching a TV show, people always come back to that moment. We all know the moment I'm talking about, right? No, I'm not going to give any spoilers, Google it.
Who's played The Last of Us
Who
in
has
here?
played of it? Who's played it?
Ooh, okay.
Have you watched the show? Have you watched the show?
Yeah, of course,
Right.
of course. And you know, Kevon, who plays Sam, he won an Emmy for that role. And then I also heard he's a fan of Miles too.
Nice.
So I need to meet him. His mom DM'd me, and shout out to them. I want to meet y'all so soon. But yeah, so I heard, yeah, man, he did an amazing job on that role, bro.
He smashed it on the show.
Yeah, he did, man.
But do people still talk to you about that? Because obviously, a lot of people want to talk to you about Miles. Miles might be the entry point to understanding who you are. But for a lot of people, it's like, we knew you as Sam. Yeah. You know, man, you've given us some trauma, man. So if anybody's got an invoice for their therapist, he is here right now. Do you know what I mean? Cash it in today.
No, yeah, honestly, bro, when they come up to the table, like, honestly, yeah, I just have, they're like, yeah, we like Miles too, but Sam, Last of Us. I have so many, people that come up with the Ellie tattoo, and there was a young lady yesterday. She came fully. There was a lady today that came fully dressed up as Ellie, and that just came, full cosplay for The Last of Us. And you say it's over a decade. It's crazy to think about that it really was that long ago, and the love and that the passion for that game is still there. And man, and we did not think, 10 years ago that this was gonna be still here and doing numbers and turn into a TV show. Like, The Last of Us, I think we came on. I came on like maybe like the last 2 years of production, but I think they were like in production for like 7 years or 5 years prior to that. So yeah, they were in production for a long time, and then ended up winning like over 200 game awards. Like they did crazy, man. Shout out to Neil Druckmann, Troy Baker, Ashley Johnson. I love y'all. Naughty Dog, I love y'all to this day. But yeah, man, Last of Us was to this day is a legendary game, man. And I'm so honored to be a part of that, because yeah, that was my first step into mocap, my first step into the video game world. And man, yeah, bro, like crazy.
It's gonna last because you think about games. Games have got that replayability. Do you know what I mean? If there's a TV show or a new series or a new game coming out, it's like, I'm going to go and replay the first game.
Yep.
I'm going to replay, like, before Spider-Man 2 came out, I played the first one, I played Miles again, and then I sat and waited. Because I'm a bit weird like this. I wait for as long as possible before starting something new.
I get
because
that.
it brings me closer to the next thing that's coming out. Does that make sense? Does anybody else do that?
It gives you time to process.
Yeah. So I need to, so I've got a shorter time to wait. So I'll go back and replay the old thing. So that's why it always lasts in people's memories, and you relive those emotions again, don't you?
Yeah, man. Yeah, The Last of Us was a movie. I remember playing it because that's one game that, all the people say you play your own games. I don't, because I know how they start, they end, and how, I know the story too much, so I can't enjoy it and ask like, oh, what's next? So The Last of Us, I didn't know nothing of the storyline. So that was one game that I got to play and got to see my own self, and it was trippy. Yeah, but yeah, I was like 16 when it came out. It's crazy. And but yeah, there was something else I wanted to say about Last of Us 2. There's something else I wanted to add on, but yeah, go ahead.
If he comes back, we've still got time.
Yeah.
I've just checked my watch. I do apologize. I would like to open up the floor to anybody that has a question for Nadji. Does anyone out there have a question? Scooby-Doo over there. I'll just
Scoob, we see you.
Scooby's here. I'll just bring the mic down.
Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo. I like this mic.
Is this on? Is this scary?
Yeah. So if you do that.
Scoob.
Right there.
Alright.
How are you? What's going on, Scoob? What's your name, Scoob?
English. I actually met you. I showed you my Mars Morales tattoo.
Oh, that's right. What's up, man?
I'm good.
What's your name?
English. Just like
English, a.k.a. Scoob. English. What's up, man?
I'm good. I just want to know, because again, you've been in a handful of games now. Which one would you say is your favorite out of the 3 Spider-Man games that you've been in?
Ooh, I want to say the 3 Spider-Man games I've been in. Probably part 2, Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is probably my favorite.
That was a great one.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2 is my favorite. Yeah. How about you?
Can I just say all of them?
You can. You for sure can. But if you had to narrow down one, Scoob, which one would it be?
I think it's got to be the first one. It was
First
just
one?
a
Okay.
solid game.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, and again, it came out, I think, shortly after Spider-Verse. So by then, I already knew who Miles was. So seeing him, meet Peter, get bitten by the spider was just such like a, straight up after I beat the game, I was like, well, I can't wait to play as Miles now.
It was that tease, exactly, right. It was that tease, that one little thing at the end. I was like, all right, let's do it.
All right, but thank you, man. Can't wait for the third game.
Thank you, man. Thank you, English. Can y'all give it up for English? Skeeb.
Hi.
Hey,
nice
yo.
to see you again.
Nice to see you, too. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm great.
Good.
I think it's fair to say that Miles is really having a moment between the games and the movies.
Yes.
So, as far as Spider-Man 3 goes, where would you like to take the character next?
Where would I like to take the character if we have a Spider-Man 3?
You have a Spider-Man 3. I think we all know that.
If we have a Spider-Man 3. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I would like to see him finish his college essay. I would love for that to happen. I would love for him to finish his college essay because, yeah, since day one, he's been at that essay. If y'all played the game, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I want him to finish that dang essay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, the most relatable part of that game.
Yeah, I see. I love it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have a question? I'll make my way around.
We got the Punisher on, too. I see you got the Punisher.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, when we're going for that drink.
I don't drink. Oh, yeah, but you got the Punisher thing.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, when in London.
When in London.
When in London. I don't know how to finish that, but when in London, I'm here, bro.
Serious question though. Me and my friend plan to make a Spider-Man series of our own in the future.
Yeah.
And we're going to have Miles in it, of course.
Okay.
Miles and Peter. And I just want to ask, is there a new version of Miles that you would like to see in general media? Like anything you haven't seen yet?
Man, a French Miles.
A French Miles.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. I appreciate it.
Bonjour. Yeah, no, I would definitely want to see like a Jamaican, because my family's Jamaican. I'm Jamaican.
Jamaican too, bro.
Like, you know what I mean? Like a Jamaican Miles, that would be crazy.
All right.
What one? Like
Manda.
crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
I think we have this lady at the front.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sorry, man.
A French Miles? That I just thought about that. That would be crazy, y'all.
Hi.
Hey, lovely. How you doing?
It's just an honor to speak with you.
Thank you.
My question was, what advice would you give to someone who wanted to pursue voice acting, particularly in like video games and motion capture? What advice would you give to someone who wants to start out doing that?
Always be aware of your surroundings. When you're in this, especially for voice acting, because you get in the booth and then you think it's just reading the page and talking into the mic, or maybe reading the line and doing a different voice or something like that. It's a lot more. You know, you gotta show in your voice and you gotta hear in your voice that you're in that presence of that whoever's in that scene. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So when you're reading, always read your stage direction. Always read your stage. That's the sentence or paragraph right before your line. Always read the stage direction, the script direction, because that tells you what type of headspace your character needs to be in. And that's, essentially, because like with Miles, with Spider-Man essentially too, there's so many breathing exercises that we have to do, because swinging is a different voice. When you're swinging in the sky, you're not going to be talking like this, how I'm talking to you right now. You know what I mean? It's going to be a little different. And then when you're running, you're not going to be running like this. You're going to be running, hey, how are you? You're going to be running like this. You know what I mean? You're going to be running like this. So it's a lot that you have to think about, but that's voice acting, and acting. People had that debate. Oh, I think it's just acting in general, or voice acting is acting, or I don't get into all that. But when you think about just when you're in the booth, always be aware of your surroundings. That's it.
Thank you so much for your
Of
time.
course.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you. What was your name?
Harry.
Harry. Nice to meet you, Harry. Y'all give it up for that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Give it up for Harry.
Do we have any more questions? Oh, lots of hands shooting up.
Yeah, let's do it.
Since I'm here.
Well, first of all, like, you're a huge inspiration. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
I have
Thank
a
you,
single
man.
mother as well, and it's just so inspiring seeing you as Spider-Man. Like,
Thank you, bro.
the best superhero in my opinion. Like,
Thank
just
you, man.
amazing. I guess my question is really, we saw Peter get the symbiote in Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
What do you think Miles' story would have looked like if he got the symbiote instead?
If Miles got the symbiote, he would be Nadji. he would be Nadji. He would be Nadji. You'd be like, what do you mean you don't want to know? You just don't want to know. He would be Nadji.
I mean, would you like to see anything, maybe like in Spider-Man 3, possibly? Like a darker
Y'all
side to
in this
Miles?
Spider-Man 3. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know about Spider-Man 3.
I mean, well, you never know.
You never know, man. You know, you just never know. I don't know. Stay tuned, though. You have Instagram? I'll give y'all my Instagram so you guys can follow my Instagram and you can keep up with all my updates and if there's going to be a Spider-Man 3.
I'm sure there will. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Do we have any more questions that aren't Spider-Man 3 related? Hands down. I'll make my way through this line.
What's your favorite Spider-Man from the Spider-Man multiverse that's not Miles Morales?
Probably Hobie. Hobie's the one with the braids,
Yeah,
right?
Punk Spider.
Yeah, Spider-Punk. Yeah.
Spider-Punk is it.
Yeah. How about you?
Well, Spider-Punk.
You like Spider-Punk?
I got
Okay.
a photo the other day with him.
Yeah, yeah. I seen a couple around here too. Seen a couple of Spider-Punks around. I think that's a lot of people's favorite because they love cosplaying Spider-Punk.
There was 3 Spider-Punks on the green the other day.
Really?
I have a photo with all 3. One without the mask and the full dreads and everything. It was amazing.
And they have different renditions too. Some come with the mohawk spikes.
And they have the guitar.
Yeah, some have the guitar. Yeah, I love them. Yeah, I love them. Thank you for that.
She's like, okay, I'm done talking. I'm done talking.
You're good. You're good.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, man?
I'm good.
Like that hat, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've been following Marvel Rivals, but I know that Yuri's in it. If they came to you asking if you would play Miles, is that something you'd be interested in?
Oh yeah, I'm down. I don't know what's going on, man. Some guy came to me with a sign like, "Why are you not in Marvel Rivals?" I don't know, man. I don't know. I think they're taking their time. I know they said playing Spider-Man on Marvel Rivals is like super hard.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah, super.
Oh yeah, they said it's the hardest it's the hardest guy to beat or whatever. So hey, I don't know. I don't know if they put all of Miles' powers into that, into that Peter version to make it harder. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I mean maybe they'll make that call and I will be there.
Nice.
To make
Thank
y'all
you.
happy. I got you. Yo, that hat is crazy. Where'd you get the hat from? I gotta know. eBay with the fire hats. What? I love it. What's up, my man?
How's it going, Nadji?
What's up in this?
Oh, you remember my name?
What? Come on, man.
Quick question.
What's up, brother?
Any plans for live action?
Oh, yeah. Be in the gym. Be in the gym and eat just in case they call and be like, hey, yeah, you're the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, because I don't know. I don't know if they are or if they do and then they start them back young. Because,
Yeah.
I started off Miles young.
Yeah, of course.
And, so Miles and Peter Parker and Peter's story, they're in high school essentially.
Yeah.
So, I still look a little young if I shave a little bit. If I shave a little bit, I maybe can look like a high schooler. I don't know. But you never know, man. They might start the story off back young, and there's another Miles but right behind you. Hey, Miles.
Oh, snap, there is as well.
Is he pointing? I can't. All right, he did it. There's the point.
All right. But yeah, man. So, hopefully, yeah, they'll get that call. But if they don't, they might start them off young. And then whoever's going to play that young, starting them off, hey, man, he's going to rock.
Yeah, one more question.
What's up?
Would you like to come Japan with me and my mates?
Bro, yes.
Yeah?
When are we going?
Next year, summer.
Next summer?
Yeah.
So far away.
It'll go quick.
We haven't even hit this summer yet.
Thank you.
I'm there, though, bro. I'm there. Say it. I'm there, Nish. I'm there.
Right. I think we got time for maybe a couple more. You can ask about Spider-Man 3. And the hand is going up. There we go. All right.
He slowly raised it like, okay. I might do it. What's up, man?
Are there any video game series or video games in general that you would want to be a part of that you're not a part of already?
Oh, yeah. It's a good question, man. It's a great question. I gotta choose wisely. Oh man. I would want to say like Black Panther. Black Panther. Yeah. For sure. Black Panther or an anime. I want to do an anime, be in an anime series. Mr. Bowtie, I love your bow tie. That was a hard question, bro. I had to think. I'm sorry. You got me with that one. I was like, oh, man. I had to go through the Rolodex of Netflix series and Netflix and all my Rolodex of things I watch. That was a great question. What's your name?
Oliver.
Oliver. Give it up for Oliver one time. Oliver with the mind-bending question.
I think that might be it. Should we get one last question?
Now I'm gonna be thinking what series I'm gonna do. What would I want to? Ooh, that's a great question, Oliver.
Hi.
How you doing?
What do you think's more fun, the voice acting or mocap?
Mocap for sure. Mocap for sure. You look amazing too, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes. What's your name?
Robin.
Robin. Nice to meet you, Robin.
Nice
You
to
look. Y'all give it up for Robin. How her cosplay is fire. I love it. But yeah, mocap
Thank
for
you.
sure, for sure.
Yeah, I love watching the videos of people doing mocap and they just look really funny.
Yeah, we gotta
with
look
all the
like
dots.
aliens. Yeah, we gotta look like straight aliens.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Robin.
Guys, I just want to say thank you very much for being a
Yes.
phenomenal audience. Can we give it up one more time for BAFTA winner for leading male performance, all-around guy, friendly neighborhood wall crawler, friendly neighborhood smile maker. It's Nadji Jeter. Please,
Yes,
make some noise.
yes. Thank y'all so much. Thank you
Honestly,
thank y'all so much. And if y'all have any more questions or anything else, my booth is literally right back there, that table right over there, just that way by that 10 and 9. Just go straight back over there.